All right, let's get this show on the road. Should probably turn down the awful, awful music. Yes. Be gone, Mr. Music. How do you do that? Oh wait, I got it. Ah, nice bit of fade out action going on there. Goody, goody. And now... I can turn on the stream. Hello. Hi. I'm the Space Quest historian. Yes. Good evening. Good day. Good whatever. 14, 15, 16, 2.5 hours late today. Sorry about that. Had a bit of a run-in with the old ISP. Stuff got interesting. Internet went down absolutely, completely, and utterly, and words were had, big words, but now it's just sort of magically fixed itself. So so I thought, fuck it, let's play some Stanley Parable, because that's what the people want. Now, if you're wondering what kind of a rat bastard kind of sentence is that, well, let me just show you here. Hopefully this is set up correctly. Kind of, not really. Go over to, there we go, kind of. Here we are. Yes, this is my website. And on this website, there is a poll. And the poll says, which game should I play next? Or what game should I play next? Grammar. And if you click view results, 4 people voted for the Stanley Parable. Runner-up was Tex Murphy's Under a Killing Moon with 3 votes, and Contradiction Spot the Liar also with 3 votes. This poll is over on spacequesthistorian.com/streampoll. I'll just put a link to that in the chat over here. spacequesthistorian.com/streampoll. There you go. Yes, yeah. Before the Storm got no love. The epilogue of that got no love. So that is what I'm doing now. Just simply putting it in the hands of people who want to have some influence over what's going on here. So that's it. And of course we're gonna remove Stanley Parable from the poll here. So now it's gonna be Under a Killing Moon and Spot the Liar, Contradiction, Spot the Liar, who's gonna be fighting for top spot, or maybe some of the other ones here. And I'll keep adding games to the list. And, you know, the games that fall out of favor will get removed from the list, or the games that get played will be removed from the list. So that's going to be fun, I think. Maybe. I don't know. So let's just turn that off again. And just say hello to the people in the chat. I see that Alexander Mejia is in here, prepping for GDC. He's going to meet up with DOS Nostalgia and Francisco Gonzalez. And I am jealous. Just wanted to put that in there. Really jealous. I hope you break an arm or something. I don't know. This is horrible, actually. I don't actually hope you break an arm. That would be terrible. Oh, and Legatus Ferris Maximus, good to see you, says we need to play more text in prep for the new text that should be out at year's end. And that was exactly what I was thinking. Once we get Under a Killing Moon done, I would move into playing, because I've already played the Pandora Directive, then I'd move into playing Overseer, and then I might circle back and do Mean Streets and Martian Memorandum, even though those are really rough games, like really rough games. So I thought I might, you know, start with Underkilling Moon and then play Overseer, and then hopefully by that time the Poison Pawn will be out, so I can play that. I'm really looking forward to that one. The new Tex Murphy game. Might even toss in a Tesla effect there. Like in between, no, actually, Underkilling Moon, Overseer, then Tesla effect, and then maybe the Poison Pawn will be out. But anyway, yes, I'm also very glad to see my net issue sorted out. That was, we had a technician on who's going to show up tomorrow at some time between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Go fuck yourselves. So, that is neither here nor there. There are 8 people watching, and that is good enough for me, actually. That was just the Stanley Parable deciding to install itself, or run itself for the first time. Don't worry about the sounds, yes. I'm actually kind of surprised that just, 1 or 2 people are watching. I am, however, going to have to direct a big old apology to my Lieutenant Siriar, who did show up at 2 p.m. CET today, and was all ready and raring to go, and poor guy is not here with us right now. I'm kind of distracted because I'm trying to get this game capture thing to work. Fine, you want to minimize every time? I am not buying that shit. Here we go. Put you up there. There we go. Well, that is a tiny, tiny window, and I lost the stream chat. Hang on a bit. Okay. This is weird. Okay, first of all, options, video. Let's get this into a thing that we can manage. Now, 4:3 mode, I'm going to keep it in that because that means we can get a bigger window going here. I'm also going to put this into windowed mode. Put this into nice big thing. Here we go. Well, that looks a mite bit more spectacular, I feel. So now we can just adjusty. There we go. And just make sure that I can still see the chat window, which just sort of disappeared here. Trolls is trying to get the game to work. Yes, that is me. That is me. Yes, everything seems to be in order now. So I can now finally... Yes. Actually, might just turn the resolution down a little bit because it's sort of bugging out here. There we go. Alright, I am done dicking around with this shit. Let's get in and begin the game. Yes. Haven't watched anyone play it for years. I've actually... Now this is the thing with the Stanley Parable. I have spoiled the game totally for myself because I've never actually played it myself, but I did watch a Let's Play of it. And a Let's Play that covered all of the endings to the game. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I can remember all of them, or even how to get them, so this could be interesting. And for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure we all know what the Stanley Parable is, but for those of you who don't know, it is essentially a walking simulator with a lot of branching paths. And it's going to get very meta. There's going to be a lot of references to game development and how to structure narratives. In fact, the whole thing is a satire on free will, determinism, and narrative structure. It's just to get all high and mighty on you. So this is going to be good. It's loading very slowly. Oh, well, it's an old game. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I should definitely have put subtitles on. Let's just go into here. Sound quality, closed caption. Absolutely. Full captions. Now let's just stick with subtitles. We'll be fine. And resume game. There we go. Good morning. This is me. I guess I kind of inadvertently skipped the introduction. Oh no, begin the game again, thank you. Oh well, screw it. Apparently the intro is too fine and dazzling for us. So, anyway, the premise is that Stanley is working at his computer all day long, and suddenly he got up and everyone seems to have vanished. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. So let's just step outside and have a look around.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Now, just to, you know, what the first run through, let's just do what the narrator tells us to do. Let's just play the game normally, and then we can start dicking around with it. See, everyone has gone missing. Very weird. And yes, there are a ton of things that you could potentially mess with here, but let's... For the moment, we as the player don't know that yet. So, here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And the question becomes, do we actually do what the narrator says, or do we go through the door to the right? We can't actually go back into the hallway here, so we are faced with this choice. Now I'm going to put this to the people in the chat. There are probably people in the chat who've already played this a million times, so they know what happens if you go through the door on the left or the door on the right. However, without spoiling anything, let's hear from the chat. Let's see, which door should we pick? Door on the left or door on the right? The door on the left is where the narrator wants us to go, and we could of course obey his whims, or we could give him the finger and go through this door, which is quite enticing. It seems to round a bend. So does this one. I did say I'd follow the narrator's voice the first time. That doesn't necessarily mean I won't involve you guys. So do that and go left. Okay. Summer has a point. Has a point. We'll do it the way the narrator wants us to do. What if you just stand still? I think... Actually, they might have thought of that, but that's going to take an awful long time. Oh. And here we do have the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. All this stuff is fantastically funny. Throw something in the ideas bin. 10. No more bins. 20. Renaming of the idea. 30. Firing. What the hell? Okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. To do shift global market paradigm. Monetize free to play. And they actually did that. Go right, then take the shortcut back to the left path. Oh, you all have such fantastic ideas. No, Summer is right. I said I was going to follow the narrator the first time, and I'm going to do that. Here's the bloom closet. That actually opens, and...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
And you can actually stay in here for quite a while, and then the narrator just gets stroppy.
There was nothing here. No choice to make. No path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Okay, we're gonna go back to this one. Still, I keep getting distracted. We're gonna go to...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're gonna stick to the path that has been chosen for us, and then we will dick with things. Can we go in the executive bathroom? No. That'll open later. Hello, everyone.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, now a reticule showed up. Oh, because I have to type shit in, I guess. Super secret desky thing. Can I turn on the light, please?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
I'm not.
Trying to input any
here.
device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
If you see any powder on the floor, do not lick
He
it.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And here it is. Yes. Yes, this is a very sort of 80s, early 90s office indeed. Very ostentatious high ceiling and such. And I'll bet any powder on the floor is either metal sheathings or cocaine. So good one, Lucy. Let's not do that. And Summer and Lucy are both reciting Red Dwarf quotes, which of course warms my heart immensely. Can I dig with this? No. Just following orders. Following orders. Now we can go down here, or we can round a bend here. Oh, there's not actually anything to do over here, is there? Wait a minute. God, I'm all turned around. Wait a minute. Everything is dark. Can't see. God damn it. Oh, there we are again. Jesus Christ. What is behind there? Well, we'll have to figure that out some other time. You know what? I don't think I've ever been back there. And now, the loading screen. Summer says she saw someone use cocaine in real life for the first time recently. And, you know, I've had friends who partake in that sort of thing as well, and it's
Stanley realized he felt
at some point they get a bit annoying, a bit hyper.
Stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to
And let's all ponder what kind of drugs Stanley's been taking.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Dum dum dum. Ah, yes. This is the story they wanted us.
Ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, the one that they wanted us to experience. Now, this is a blatant hint that there are other... If you've just been following this game, like, randomly, now there is a blatant hint that you can actually do more things than the game wants you to. However, let's just get into the Mind Control Facility and delight in whatever it is going to present to us. Well, there's a large red button. And I've never actually worked out what this says. Is there an angle where I can see that? No, it's just a bunch of random numbers, isn't it? Right.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Probably not, but let's try anyway. Oh. None of these seem to do anything. So we can just hit the big red fuck you button. It's not actually red, but...
Jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I actually can't remember which one is Stanley. I know he's actually on the screen somewhere. Can I throw myself out here? No, can't fit through the passage there. It's not a red button. Yes, I know. Stanley must be blasted on Valium and Xanax. Now there's a combination for party people. Like people who want to party in their own heads.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
And I do know that it is technically possible to also fuck this sequence up and run back before the elevator comes up.
Never.
Yeah.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Possibly. Let's find out.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
And this is the main story, I guess. This is the story that the narrator wants to tell, which is that, you know, all the free will and, you know, all the determinism that the employees and humans have had here have just been all for naught, and it's all been the result of this giant mind control facility. However, none of this explains why Stanley just woke up in the middle of nothing. So can I hit this button? No. So, you know, what I take away from that is that the main story, the one that the narrator actually wants to tell, is a very sort of trite and uninspired kind of story. I mean, it's a big, huge reveal to have the big mind control facility, and for a moment there you just go,
and when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yes, and I can of course hit the off button. I can also hit the on button and just go la-di-da. But it just strikes me that the main story that the narrator wants to tell is actually a very trite and not very inspiring one, to be perfectly honest. So that's why you get to mess with it. And once we hit off here, shut down the entire machinery, then of course we're gonna get the ending that the game wanted us to find. Mick Mills says, why are you playing my favorite game?
And
all my favorite games. I don't know.
Was it over?
Just happens to be that way. Very sorry about that.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, even the narrator is aware that his story doesn't really,
mysteries did this strange,
you know, hold up.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Blah-de, blah-de, blah.
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Or he walked all the way back here, but you can't, actually. You can't go back to where you came from. You could, of course, just stand here and look at it. This is very nice, though.
Stanley
and
felt
now,
a cool breeze upon his skin.
Look, Ma,
The
no
feeling
hands.
of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
If you say so.
was happy.
Blissfully happy, not asking questions, not being curious in the slightest, just walking through, you know, a meadow of blah blah. So now, let's dick with it. Let's get weird and freaky. First of all, I think there's one thing you can do. You can just close the door and just sit here.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
I'll just sit here and do nothing.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days.
He's just gonna sit here. Well, I'm just gonna eat my own foot. I'll be fine. No, someone will
call.
come.
For sure,
Someone will
any
come.
doubt was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually,
Maybe someone has
someday,
phoned me.
They would arrive.
No.
Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And the screen just outputs, fuck you. Ah, Fox in the chat. Very nice to see you. All right. Well, that was the Indecisiveness ending. Now it looks like there's a message waiting on the phone. You can't actually pick it up. And there's one here called a cup called I Hate Mondays. Wow. All right. Let's just see what we can dig around with in here. I remember one of these doors has a...
Can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers.
An Easter egg.
How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing? No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Go full contradictory, I say. Well, there are so many ways to be contradictory, and that is exactly what we should be doing. I seem to remember one Easter egg is that you're supposed to, you know, like yank on a door a couple of times, or like 500 times. I'm just gonna see if I can do that. Just see how much stuff I can get done in the beginning of the game, and then we'll move forward and try some of the more complicated paths. Ooh, 420!
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, these computers that have awaiting input on them, you're supposed to mess with those as well. Seem to remember. So let's see if there are other computers here that have awaiting input. Just gonna go back here and see if one of these did it. Awaiting input? Awaiting input? No awaiting input? No. No awaiting input? No awaiting input. Okay. The answering machine here, I believe... No, at one point there is a message on this answering machine as well. So, again, I haven't actually played this game myself. I've only watched a Let's Play that found all the different endings, and that was a long time ago, so I might be doing things a little out of order, and I might be, you know, I might be fucking things up for all we know. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Click on door 430 5 times. That's true. You're supposed to click on one of the doors a bunch of times, and that starts up a little interesting sequence. The numbers are decreasing. I'm going the wrong way. Thank you, Angry Butter. I'm just gonna call you Angry Butter. 430.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Here we go.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alrighty then. Challenge accepted.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it.
Right? 50 clicks.
Certainly, 50 clicks.
I mean, I'm losing count. I'm just rapid firing this shit. You can only activate 1 awaiting input per run. Thank you.
Feeling it. I want this achievement
Thank
to
you.
have
I'll
meant
keep that in mind.
something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way.
I want this guy to narrate The Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Why don't you
Galaxy.
go put 20 clicks into door number 417.
417, 20 clicks, can fucking do. And this is just so... 417. It's just so fucking pointless.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Just a few times. I can do it. 437, 437, 43... What? 437. There you go. Numbers are weird.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415 can fucking do.
Now, back to door number 437.
You're a good lab rat. Yes, indeed. And I'm so happy that people in the chat are helping me find these. I mean, since it's been so long since I played this game, it's,
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Absolutely.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
It's because I watched that Let's Play so many times. It's really interesting to experience these endings again, and some of them I've completely forgot about.
I'm on employee 419's desk.
It's very hard to concentrate with this guy being so energetic. 419, here we go.
Yes, This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Wow, he's becoming almost orgasmic over there. Copy machine, here we go.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes.
And I did get an achievement for it.
We've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
And I know there's there's an ending outside one of these windows. We'll get to that one a bit later. I just want to go one of the long routes now. Thanks for letting me know that you can only do the awaiting input once per run. So let's go to the 2 doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now someone suggested that we run very contrary to what we were supposed to, so let's go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Through
and
this
Stanley
one.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I just wanted to give you the finger.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yes, it is quite
Stanley
beautiful, isn't
simply
it?
stood here, drinking it all in.
Now, at first I thought that drinking it all in was like a hint that you're supposed to do something with the drinks machine. It actually does nothing.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
I think something actually happens if you just stay in this room for too long. He starts to drift off or something. Can I pull the blinds? No.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Can I close this door? No. That would have been interesting. I want to mess with the coffee machine.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Ah, that's the first time he's actually acknowledged that we're playing a game. Intriguingly. I like how when you click the left mouse button, it actually makes a, like, typing on a keyboard kind of sound. I'm just gonna step on furniture. Everyone likes it when people step on the furniture, right? I want a jump key in this game. Oh, which reminds me, there is one thing we absolutely have to do before we end the stream. Not that we're ending the stream or anything. No, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. You can be quiet. You give me the silent treatment all you want. I'm staying here. Nah, maybe nothing happens.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room. Took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First open door on the left, and that leads back to the hallway that we came from. But no, 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 no. Not indeed.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. And here we have the, I don't know what this is called. It's a big factory room. All these doors close so you can't go back on the path that you were on previously. Which is actually a clever way of just sort of forcing you to keep going. Now, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. And we can actually do that. We can actually just throw ourselves off this thing. Now, the question, of course, becomes, do we... there's this catwalk here. Do we drop down on the catwalk and go that way, or do we follow the path up here? I believe the path up here leads to the wife ending, which is one of the better endings in this game.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize investing your trust in
starting to panic a little bit, isn't he?
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Is it really?
Stanley.
Yes, this is leading to the wife ending.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
And this is him exerting the control over that he wants to.
Redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
This is starting to get very manipulative, isn't it? There's a lot of rustling in his jimmies when he walks, isn't there? Dum dum dum.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Or I could just ignore it. I don't know what actually happened. Sometimes you have to wait really, really long in this game for stuff to happen. So I am going to pick up the phone. And he is absolutely condescending. Absolutely. Oh, right. You can actually you can get the lift to move and then step back on the platform you're on. Absolutely. Let's try that too.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Who'd want to
and I can't move, by the way.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nope, fuck that. I'm off.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, he gets really, really pissy about this around this time. No, I'm not coming fucking in. I'll stay here. 427. Is that Stanley's own cubicle number? It might be. You can pull the phone cord out of the wall. Ah, interesting. Hello, wifey poo.
This
Give us a
is a very
smooch.
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press 2 on your keyboard. No. Oh, would you leave now? Would you? All right, fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
That's what happens. Press 5.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to.
Yeah, because you're forcing me to. I have no choice.
Button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yes, this ending gets very dark. Yeah, this is exactly the point when it gets very dark, Press.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries.
Why have you blocked the entrance to my bedroom?
Wonderful. And each day that he
Mannequin wifey
work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I have forgotten how to climb furniture. Press P to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about
fuck
his own
me.
job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press 8 to spend time with the boys. I have no boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door.
And a lot of shit is behind
that his
all of
decisions
these
would mean something
doors.
was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press 8 to prepare dinner. I don't want to. Something's gonna break, isn't it?
As he wandered through
there we
this
go.
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it...
2 of those we haven't seen yet. Press L to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy.
What changed?
And so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Are you trying to tell me
Answer
something?
down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press C to tell your wife you love her.
But there is
And then she disappears.
How
Well,
could there possibly be?
that's
In
just
reality,
fucking
all he's
typical,
doing
isn't
is
it?
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press X to go to sleep. How can I? You've blocked my fucking bedroom.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press R to be at work in the morning. Now what happens if I just don't? I'm just going to tell you no, fuck you. There's probably a huge timer on this, and you have to sit here for hours and hours, and then he finally says, okay, fine. Or not. Probably not.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
It's called life, buddy.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press 7 to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Oh, and control was wrestled from me.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him.
Not sure why.
I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Okay.
And Stanley pushed a button.
Well, if you keep me in here for long enough, I might. The adventure line. I really, really hope we get to see the adventure line. Anyway, off we go to the next one. Good morning. Still can't do anything with this answering machine.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
And let's just check if any of these computers...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, shit happens. None of these. Oh, this one is awaiting input. Input received. Supposed to do that 5 times and then something happens. I've actually forgotten what happens. Dum da dum da dum da dum dum da. All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way.
I want to mess around with the elevator room a bit more, and then we'll go back to the original path and get really, really weird and fishy with it.
Yes.
But right now, I want to go back to the elevator room because there's a ton of shit you can do in there.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
He did not. He fucked off right through here. Here we go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, stepping onto this, and boom! No? Boom! No? Boom! Fucking move! Fucking move!
Oh, well.
There you go.
Cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what?
Which will kill me.
No, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
He's really getting pissy with me, isn't he? No, you don't, Sonny Jim.
I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Fuck you, buddy. I don't trust you one fucking bit. It's amazing I don't have a jump or a climb, but then again, it's you know, because you kind of you want to go climbing around on this shit. This would be a great, you know, like deathmatch level or something. Is that all? Is that all he's gonna say? Did I take the flying leap? Fired by who? No one is here. Exactly. You just stand on this thing. I would actually love to just piss around and you know, play a bit of, I don't know. This has a lot of Half-Life look to it, and I believe the original Stanley Parable was actually a Half-Life mod. So that's probably why they look quite similar. One thing I want to check before I commit suicide is if the video quality is the best that it can be. Shader detail. No. We shall have very high shader detail, and we shall have very high everything. Yes, I thought it looked a little weird. I have no idea what any of this shit does. I'm just going to click OK. And enjoy the sound of it almost crapping its pants. There we go. That's a little better, isn't it? It was looking a little weird. I don't know why games do this. They tell me that my graphics card can't cope with this. It ran up server fine. I'm sure it can run the Stanley Parable fine as well. Fuck you, buddy. I'm out of here.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Well, shit. Hey. Okay. Oh boy, this is not... Sometimes randomly, I think it's random, the game will teleport you to a different starting position, and that will be this one. Things get very weird from this point on.
Workers were gone. What could it mean?
See, this is not where we started before.
The meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And there's the room with the 2 open doors, so I can get back on track. Is there any other where? Any other where? This is a new phrase that I've invented. Hashtag second language. Wait! Welcome to the whiteboard ending! Let me just check the other doors.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Here we go. Whiteboard ending. Oh, and in the console I can type bark. Oh, how do I bring down the console? I forget. Oh, hey, wait a minute. There's a duck. Why can I duck? Oh, interesting. Can I jump too? Is there... I actually don't know the controls for this game. Maybe I should check that out. Keyboard, mouse. Dun 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 dun. Edit keys. No, duck. Take screenshot. Okay, that's pretty cool as well. Okay, so the only thing you can do is duck. Alright, backy. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Now, how do I bring down the console? Almost as good as the Space Quest narrator. Actually, he would be a very, very good narrator. Does anyone know how to actually bring down the console? See, I thought it was the tilde, the little Spanish jiggle there, because it usually is in Quake and Half-Life and shit. Yes, it is supposed to be tilde, isn't it? But it is not here. Tilde key. It doesn't work. I am console-less. Maybe I have to start the game with a certain parameter in order to access the console. I don't know. Anyway, the whiteboard ending does very, very little. Tab, try the F buttons. Whoops. I think F7 just... Actually, I don't know what F7 does. It just sort of reloads the level. Not sure what that's about. Nope, none of these seem to do anything. You know what? Let's cheat a little bit here and just look this up online. Stanley Parable console. Console commands. How to get into console commands. Oh. Oh, it is supposed to be the tilde key. Wait a minute. Enabling the console. Open up your Steam library, right-click the Stanley Parable, and click Properties in the text type Console, and then launch the game. Oh, so it has to be enabled. You shit biscuit. If I quit to menu, do I still start here? Because I really want to. Because the whiteboard ending is not going to fucking do anything. Begin the game, load game. Okay, fine, great. Just going to quit the game and set. Wait, open up Steam library. That would be here. And right-click Stanley Parable, Properties. Launch options. Console. With a hyphen. Hyphens are important. There we go. And we shall, in fact, relaunch the game. There we go. This is exciting, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Load font bollocks. Cool. So, we load the game. Load game. Load the fucking game. Is the load game thing just there to troll me? Oh, thank God I could click on it. Holy shit. The player then felt very confused as he reloaded the game. Yes, he did, but... Now I... Excuse me? You absolute tit biscuit. Alright. I'll have to go rebind the key that pops up the console. So go into config.txt and replace the button with something that actually works. So I just have to find... Sorry about that. This is not very interesting, is it? Let's see. Games. Steam apps, common. There's the Stanley Parable, and where is the fucking... There's a config CFG that must be under here. There we go. And toggle console. It's supposed to be that one, but let's change it to that one. Am I doing this right? Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm going to change it to this one. Save and reload the game. Sorry, the config is just full of... there are no line breaks in it. Yeah, join us next week as we play TurboTax. Me doing my taxes. Not even... Are you fucking kidding me? Console's still not working. You sons of bitches. I'm gonna quit you. And bind it to something that cannot possibly fail. Spreadsheet simulator, yes. Now the fucking console doesn't turn up. Is the console in fact a separate window or something? It would not appear to be. Well, that is actually a bit disappointing because there are a lot of things I would love to do in the console. Shit. Hang on. Cannot find the word console. There are two different CFG files, and the other one doesn't actually have the console in it. I bound the console to the C button. Let's do this one more time and then fuck it, who cares? There you go. Now play. Do things I command you. Okay, I'm just gonna type in bark here. Let's see what happens. No script. No, fuck you. Alright. Never frickin' mind. Well, we can't go to the console, so that's a bust. That's really disappointing too. I thought I gave it all I could. But, nope. Can't go to the console, can't do anything. The only other thing I can think of is to change my keyboard layout. Nope, that doesn't work. How sad. How sad indeed. So we'll have to go through the doors over here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Well, this puts me in a terrible mood, so now I'm going to go and do something horrible to this person.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Fuck you.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he did not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Fuck you, buddy.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Oh, we've gone off on several wrong feet.
Enemy, really?
And hands and toes.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about...
Fuck you, buddy.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you
Danger
have zero
everywhere.
consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
You can go fuck yourself.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Well, if you wanted me to give you a chance, you'd enable the fucking console for me. Oh, is this the Voyage to Trip Out City ending?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
He did no such fucking thing.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what
Fuck you,
lies at
buddy.
the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here.
But there's something down there.
Rooms.
I wonder how you get down there.
Textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written?
Yes, it was.
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
Yes, but
And
I
in the
don't
end,
care.
All for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
Console! I wanted to see console!
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay, question. Should we actually, or should we fuck off and go through one of the other doors just to mess with his head? Because I think if you go through one of the other doors, the game just proceeds as normally. Because every time he says, oh look, something new, you instinctively want to mess with him. I don't know if we could ever... Okay, let's do this. Shotguns and zombies? Probably not.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Alright, this is where things start getting really hairy.
A 1? I mean, I
Fuck
can
you.
understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
Yes, because you disabled the console even though I tried everything. In public, I'm very embarrassed.
Judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Worldwide leaderboard. Yes, yes, yes. None of these are real, by the way. Someone completed it in 2 seconds. I highly doubt it. Anyway, let's try this again. Because this is when the game starts getting very weird.
Would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'm going to go middle ground on this one. I feel he did all
I
right.
nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
And this is when it gets really weird. I'm just gonna keep saying that.
The
Oh,
baby
hello.
goes left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course,
It's just a cardboard cutout stuck onto a plank.
Once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
And as annoying as this seems, you are actually expected to do this for 4 hours. Well, not expected, but you can. You can, in fact, play this game for 4 hours and then get a special achievement ending. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to do that because, as far as I remember, once you do that for 8 hours or 4 hours, then it tells you to do it for another 4 hours and add some twist to it. I think it puts the button further away or something. Screw you. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to have a sip of water.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it
Bye
because
now.
of babies or purely to spite me?
How about both?
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve it.
Oh yes, it adds another button, that's right.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Yeah.
Since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I like the snarkiness in this game.
Well, Stanley, is this any better?
Oh,
At last,
yes.
the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Nothing is
Say
enough.
this, I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
He does seem to have some sort of a creative drive.
This will go here. No, here. And then...
And I can't fucking leave because I have no jump key and I can't climb.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look,
Can I break it?
gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Cheers
But you've
very
only
much.
seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I don't trust you one bit. You're gonna lock me in there. In Minecraft world. Yes, I am now a prisoner.
And
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
perfect. It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
He's still stringing me along, the poor fucker. Whee!
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I have not. Can I climb through this? Can I climb through anything? Because as far as I know, there aren't any secrets in Minecraft world here. It's just gonna keep rolling along, but... You know, never hurts to try. Maybe I'll discover something no one has ever discovered before. Although, I highly doubt it. Let's just keep going.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Hey, there was a little grunting sound in my right channel. Peculiar.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You trapped in a
pretty
glass
fucking
box,
sneaky.
No way out. Listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it
Yeah,
out.
I can break shit.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Of course, this is Portal. A game that also I have never played, so if anyone's going to suggest that I play it, then that would be interesting. Hey, wait, what's all this down here? Want to go down there, but no. Oh, and you can break this puzzle too, if I remember correctly.
It's a puzzle. critical thinking, Stanley.
Step on this one.
Your
Yes.
forte.
Now you can pick this up and you're supposed to stick it on there and then go through the door. You can, however, also break this puzzle, I believe. By inserting this cube halfway through the door so the door can't open, or...
Genius.
Throw it. Can I throw it? Yeah. I believe somehow you can throw it out the door so you can't actually beat the puzzle. I don't know how to throw things. This could be a problem. Oh, what? Right. I lean it against the thing here. Just sort of lean it. There you go. No. Why am I so intent on breaking this game? Oh, right. That's how you lean things. Now drop down. Oh, god damn it. Let's just do this. God damn it. Because this ending is pretty interesting as well. Dum da dum da dum. Just trust me. Believe me when I say that. You can totally break this. Actually, is there something else I can... Just really want to do it. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't, and now I'm going to. God damn it, now I can't even fucking... There. Stay. Good boy. Alright, let's do this.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Really? Are you getting sick of this as well?
Wiser for
Whee! Screw you, buddy. I'm a strange place. Work in progress. Oh, things are getting glitchy. I don't know what was going to happen if I just let him keep talking, but... Oh. Where did I go? Hello? There's a lot of whooshing sounds going on. Open door. Another open door. I don't actually recall this ending. So that's interesting. I know I must have seen it. Yeah, here we go. Back into the light and stuff's gonna get weird. As usual. And back to 427. My control room. Hello. And nothing fucking happens. Oh well. I'll just leave again.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And
now, who is he talking to right now? Oh, I'm in the beta version of the game.
What I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Now steady on, I just installed the game.
There's no other
Don't
way.
get sassy on me.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
He's very fatalistic, this
I
guy.
can wait.
And... loading. And we're back. Still can't access the fucking console. I wonder if, because I saved